This is your Weather Xtreme video for Saturday, August the 21st. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters coming to you from the lovely Mount Cheaha. But let's take a look at some Skycam imagery this morning. And there's Trussville, the sun up a little bit earlier than normal. Well, not really. The sun's up at the regular time. I'm up just a little bit later. And a few clouds visible down at the Gulf shores as we take a look at the Skycam imagery there, looking west along the Gulf Beach. On our surface map this morning, we're dealing with a couple of things. Old boundaries left over plus TD5, which is now over Georgia. And then in addition to that, we're also looking at a cold front that is going to be coming down into the area probably Sunday and maybe enhance showers just a little bit, although it's not going to be particularly strong. And there's our upper air chart, the ridge primarily off to our west with a little bit of wiggles in the flow coming through these little troughs, and one of those troughs is going to push that front through. Temperatures, we're missing a few observations this morning, but for the most part, central Alabama is in the lower and mid 70s, and showers are now moved over into Georgia, the results of TD5. Excuse me. And then we have that cold front coming through and just to the southeast and south of the St. Louis area. And you can see that quite clearly, and let's hope that gets down our area. Although, while it might help enhance showers, I doubt that we're going to see a real air mass change. QPF indicating some rain along that front, but when you get down into our area, it becomes a little bit more showery in nature, and therefore not a big rain producer. Although with precipitable water the way it is, we may see some isolated showers that produce some significant amounts. Storm Prediction Center outlooking a slight risk along that front, extending from southeastern Oklahoma across the West Tennessee area and northeast Arkansas up into the Ohio River Valley. So a large area, damaging wind, the main threat over there. Tropics are relatively quiet. We have one area that's not showing much sign of development so far, but conditions are favorable out to the southwest of the Cape Verde Islands. And then we have one area that's moving ashore out of the southwest Gulf of Mexico. All right, this is the 06Z GFS model run, and there's our little trough that's going to help to bring the front down. This is tomorrow at 1 p.m., and that will help to bring the front down into the area, and with that, we may see some enhancements in showers and thunderstorms, so maybe more people will get wet. The trough is slow to move out as the ridge builds back in just a little bit on Monday, and that should see the front sag to the south of us. And as it does, I think we'll see fewer showers, but I don't think we can rule them out altogether. Wish we could, but unfortunately we can't. The trough continues to move out into the Atlantic, the ridge beginning to make its influence felt again, so temperature's going to stay warm. But because the air mass didn't really change, we're still going to see showers and thunderstorms as a possibility, primarily during the afternoon and early evening hours. The ridge does migrate back to the west on Wednesday as a fairly strong trough moves across Canada, and that trough continues to move on by, which puts us in a bit of a northwesterly flow. And while we certainly see high pressure at the surface, that northwesterly flow, which continues into Friday, is not likely to bring us any real relief, although we might get back into the lower 90s. On Friday, you can see the ridge beginning to be felt once again, and then on Saturday, a week from today, the ridge is back, so the temperature is going to be warm once again. Well, so not much change this coming week as the summer weather continues, and temperatures stay in the lower and mid-90s for the most part. But on the voodoo country, there it is, and I've called it the Energizer Ridge. That Energizer Ridge is certainly back once again. And then in addition to that, very far out into the GFS period here at the end of the 2-week period. And again, we don't put a lot of faith in this, but that certainly looks like that might be just a little bit cooler perhaps, and maybe even with that kind of trough and the amplitude of that trough, perhaps bring in a front and maybe an air mass change, but that's voodoo, so we'll see how that all happens and plays out in time. Well, thanks for tuning into the Weather Xtreme video. I hope that you have a great Saturday. I'm certainly going to enjoy it at Cheaha, and we'll see if the pool is really cool later today. In the meantime, have a great Saturday, and Godspeed.
Each day there are new stories to tell about the people who live here and the place we call home. All of the faces that I see, all of the places close to me, they're all part of all the best things about home.
Sharing your stories on ABC 3340, Alabama's news leader.